Hi everyone, Angus Campbell here, Tuesday the 25th of March 2025. So in parallel with servicing the Rocket 3 behind me, I'm cracking on with the B25SS paint. So at the end of the last video we were just getting to the point of, we're spraying on the filler primer on the side panel. And there it is, so filler primer on and grey primer on, so that's ready for base coat, but I'm not going to do that until we've sorted out the tank. So I'm cracking on with this now, and it's just a case of paint on some nitramores, leave it for a while, scrape it off, paint some more on, and once you get through the lacquer top coat, which is quite resistant to it, it starts coming off quite well. So it's just a case of a bit of tenacity really. It's a bit boring, but we're making progress, so that's good. Well, just 15 minutes later, and it's coming on pretty well actually. As I say, you just got to keep at it. Yeah, see that white stuff there? That's filler. So there's probably a little bit of a dent under there. I was expecting it, to be honest. So we might have to do a bit of sorting out when we get it to bare metal. We'll see what it's like. But anyway, crack on. A little later in the day and ploughing on with the other side, and there's another bit of filler that we're uncovering as well. As I say, to be expected really, but not too bad so far. Famous last words. You've just got to keep ploughing on, and when you get fed up, go off and do something else and have a cup of tea. Well, it's a couple of days later, and you know, still cracking on, doing bits here and there, and gradually getting through it. It looks an absolute mess, I know, but it is actually coming on all right. We're nearly there, so nearly at the position where I can give it a good rub down with some emery. But yeah, it's got about 4 layers of paint on it. All the primary colours actually, yellow, red, and then blue. I don't know what the colour was originally on this, but I would imagine it would have been either, you know, the SS colours of red with the black cross and white pinstripe, or the Victor, B25T Victor, which would have been aluminium with the black stripe. But yeah, just a bit to do down the tunnel. But it's working quite well. So I don't use the technique of putting the nitramores on, then adding to it after 10 minutes and then washing it down. It needs a good scrape when it's wet. If you let it if you leave it on too long to soak in, it dries, then you've got no chance. You've got to do it again, and you know, washing it off doesn't bloody cut it really. And the paint on this, the layers of paint, and that were thick. The underside was a bit easier to do because it hadn't been lacquered, but where it had been lacquered on the top side, actually, that lacquer was pretty robust. So we're getting there. Now, one thing that I'm not familiar with is what these 2 lugs here are for. I presume it's for an anti-vibration strap to go across there. So we'll look that up, because whatever they're for wasn't fitted. But other than that, the tank is pretty solid. There's 1 or 2 areas you can't see it very well where they'd obviously painted over rust at some point. You can see little spiders, but it's not bad at all. It's really solid. So coming on pretty well, pretty pleased with that. Just as a sideline, just doing a 6H horn as well, but probably not for this bike or the B50SS, because that's got one. Right, we'll keep cracking on. The side panel is already pretty much prepped, ready for the silver base coat, then the flamboyant blue. I've got badges and stuff. I've taken a photo of this tank before we attacked it, so they know the position of the badges. But I do have, which I probably will get out. Oh, you can just see it where my tanks are there with original paint. That one there is B25, and the reason why it's an odd colour is it looks greyish because it's faded, but on the top side of it there, which is the underside, you can just see there's a bit of red left. So it's in factory paint, but the red's all faded, but it's in really good condition. So one day with that tank, the black and the black of it, the factory pinstripe is still there. Black's superb. We might just try and sort of tart it up with the red. We do things like that. Right, we'll plough on over the next few days while we get into just checking over the A70. This doesn't need much at all really, although it's sumped a bit of its oil as always, so put the oil back in the tank as it's hardly done any miles. Give it a bit of polish up because this, the A70 and the Rocket 3 are going to Stafford on 24th, 25th of April, that weekend anyway. So the A70 is going on the BSA Owners Club stand, and the Rocket 3 obviously is going on the TR3OC stand. And fired her up yesterday after we'd put a gasket on the full flow oil filter cap, pending getting a proper O-ring for it, and run it up. Hasn't dropped any at all. All good news. Right, anyway, back to the job in hand. Well, here's the parts book, just checking on whether there was a tie strap listed in the 71's parts book, and the answer is no. So, had a look on the b50.org website, and there's an article in there which definitely shows the same lugs for a tie strap. And investigating further and digging out Brad Jones' excellent book, B25 B15 Complete Guide, then it is mentioned in there in that these lugs were a development for the 1972 model year because of problems they were having with the tanks vibrating and cracking, especially at the front. So you can see one there, and there's a bit of text here basically saying, some point a pair of brackets were welded on the underside of the tank for the purpose of a tie strap, added in an attempt to eliminate the possibility of the tank splitting. The strap can only be found listed in the 1973 B50MX parts book, but it was nevertheless phased in during 72. So what that means is that the tank that we've got for the flamboyant blue B25SS, we know is a replacement tank because we've got the remnants of the original, which is way gone. But it's obviously a 72 or later tank. And there is a part number for the strap, which when I looked up on the net, I found some new old stock straps, and the part number is listed for a TR5 MX, i.e. the last of the B50s. Right, so we've got one on the way and we'll see. We'll see if it fits. I've seen no two different photos of a strap, so whether or not we get the right one, I don't know. We'll see. Right, next day, keep plodding away, and we're just about down to bare metal all round. Bulk of the work's done, so you can see there, one filled area, so there's a depression there. Obviously the dilemma is, do you dig all that out and see how bad it is, or do you just level it off? And I think I'm just going to level it off, as it's not too bad. Same over here, that's more of a classic place where it gets dented, and that's not bad at all really. But what we'll do is, I think I've got some stopper, so we can just finish it off with that. But in general, the tank's very solid, but now you can see better all these untreated rust areas, and that's underneath, you know, 4 layers of paint. So it basically was lacquer, blue, red, sorry, lacquer, blue, grey, which is probably undercoat, red, yellow, and then onto this. And it was never yellow originally, so all the original paint was taken off at some point, and they didn't really prep it. So we will rub this down well, and we'll prep it with rust kill. We'll have to. Still got a bit of work to do on the underside yet, but nearly there. Okay, keep plodding on. Right, we're just about there, I think. Just a little bit of, few little tiny bits and pieces just to finish this off. Basically done, and you can see the extent now of the pitting. So I'll give those a bit of an emery down, and then we'll coat it with rust proofing, rust converter. And then for these areas, as I say, I'll probably leave as is, because they seem to have adhered quite well, and we'll spray it up, rub it down, see where the low spots are, and use stopper, I think. Now then, I did find, there it is, that circular area there, that's a little bit low. Again, we'll sort those out when we come to it. Again, more spiders and rust pits. Looks quite bad on camera, doesn't it? But it's not too bad. But with that and the poor paintwork and several layers and God knows what, you can see why the finish of it was pretty rough. Right, the quick news is I've got a tie strap on order, anti-vibration strap. So we'll leave it there. That'll do for now. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks for subscriptions and any comments. And always thanks for your interest, and see you all again soon when we crack on with it. Cheers, bye bye.